Poly burlap mesh is very thick. I would not recommend using this mesh on anything but flowers. I cannot stand poly burlap. For the simple fact you do have to heat seal it. Like I said, it does make a stunning flower when you're done, but if you don't heat seal it or burn it, it will fray and fray and fray. It just doesn't stop fraying. So I have everything that everybody else has. I have a wood burner, I have the impulse sealer, the glass cutting board, all the stuff. What I need to tell you guys is, now I'm wearing long sleeves. This stuff we're burning is plastic. Now I have not a clue what's in it, but I do know that if I've ever done the heat sealing or the wood burner without a mask or anything, I can feel it in my lungs. Okay, I don't know what's in there. It's plastic. You don't want to burn plastic and breathe that stuff in. So when I try and do it mostly outside, obviously I'm in Canada, we're in the middle of winter, I can't do it outside. So I do use a respirator. Now people laugh at me thinking it's a little bit of overkill or whatever. You can laugh all you want. I want to save my lungs and I ain't breathing this crap in. I have the link and stuff to this respirator. This is a respirator for fine particles. A simple painter's mask from the dollar store, you know, those paper ones, they're not going to cut it. The particles for this stuff are way too small. You do need a HEPA filtered respirator. Okay, I'm not telling you guys that you need to do it. You guys are big girls, big boys. Do whatever you want. I'm telling you, I worked in the research department at a university for 25 years. I've seen some scary crap. And we all know what's happening with people that made a lot of burlap wreaths a long time ago. You know, they're having all kinds of respiratory issues because they're breathing in those little particles of burlap into their lungs. The burlap particles, you can use a paper mask because the burlap particles are large enough. The plastic particles are microscopic. It's just, they're too small. You need a respirator, okay? Or outside. I would say a well-ventilated room, but even that, I wouldn't even try it. So I'm just going to tell you that's up to you. I do full gear because when I do this stuff, it makes my skin itchy. And I'm allergic to latex, so I'm not sure, maybe there's latex in there. I have no clue, but I just know the outcome when I do it without personal protection. So I need to pass that on to you guys because we don't want people getting sick for crafting. So you can laugh all you want when I put this funny looking things on, but I know when I'm finished burning this, I'm going to feel okay. I also wear goggles. Again, funny, but I wear them because this stuff burns my eyes. It burns my eyes. It doesn't matter. Yeah, if possible, do it outside, for sure. Then you don't need all the personal protection. Like I said, I can't sit outside, so I'm going to make myself safe. Even if you're using a wood burner, you are still, you'll see the smoke. You are still breathing in that stuff. You don't want to breathe in that stuff, okay? Like seriously, I'm a very sensitive to smells and all that stuff, so I react quickly to things like that, and I know there's something in there that's harmful. That's why when they have tire fires, they evacuate and stuff. It's plastic, rubber, all that stuff. So do it safe. On my Unique in the Creek website, and also on the post I just did on the main Facebook page, I did put the link for my respirator. It's only like $17 and something cents. You can also get, I got extra cartridges. So when they get dirty, I have to read the instructions because I think they turn a color when it's dirty. I only use it for when I'm doing poly burlap. I have goggles. I just use safety goggles. I always wear a long sleeve shirt because it makes my skin itchy. Okay. But this is very important, okay, guys? I really don't want anybody getting sick for the sake of making a pretty flower. Seriously. Anyways, yeah, safety should always be a precaution. And I'm not willing to take that chance. So there are many people out there that will show you like wood burning with the wood burning tool. No protection, no nothing. Don't listen to them. Listen to me. I've seen a lot. Anyways, so if you want to do a wood burning tool, I have many different kinds. This one, I used to use all the time before I got my impulse sealer. This one is an actual hot knife. Okay, so it's got a blade on it, and this knife heats up really hot, and you can pull out your deco poly burlap. Now you have to use a glass cutting board, because obviously this is rubber, it's going to melt it, right? So I just got this glass cutting board from the dollar store, and I've marked 9 inches and 10 inches, because that's what size I would normally cut my mesh for when I was doing poly burlap. Okay, so how did I do this? Oh, I know. I had another mat. I have 2 glass cutting boards, so I would put them side to side, and I would move this down, pull this out to 10 inches, and cut it. Okay, and it takes a long time because you should cut in between the lines here to try and get a nice cut. Whatever, if you're really, really picky, and now I know Rita is, because her petals are absolutely perfect, every single one of them. I am not that detail oriented. That would drive me crazy. But you do have to get, normally I got, where is it? At the dollar store, you can get metal rulers, okay? And if you're using a wood burning tool, if you want to make sure that your cut is straight, get yourself a metal ruler. I got this one at the dollar store too. You don't want to use plastic or wood measuring thing to cut with, because the blade's hot. So that hot blade will melt the plastic. If you're using something plastic or something wood, it'll burn it, right? So just get yourself one of these metal rulers from the dollar store, and that way you can just follow straight down. Now you have to go slow, because it goes, you're burning as you're cutting, okay? And you're going to go straight down. This is very, very time consuming. This is where the price of the flowers, when you see some of them on Etsy, come from, because it's very, very time consuming, and I can't stand doing it. So I had, when I first started doing Facebook Lives, I had a couple people message me that they've used a impulse sealer. So this impulse sealer thing is not my idea. However, using the personal protection, I am the advocate, because I was going off on people left, right, and center when I first came onto the scene, because people were not using protection. And unfortunately, it was influencers teaching that were showing them not to use protection, and I hated that. Hi, Nancy Healy. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, Teeny, are you on here? Oh, there she is. Hi, Teeny. How are you feeling? I hope I seen your friends visiting you with the Mardi Gras stuff. You looked so good. And prayers to you for your healing and everything. It's just not a good time of the year. Everybody's getting sick. You can't get sick. We got crafting to do, people. All right. So my favorite way to do heat sealing of the poly burlap is the impulse sealer. Again, I didn't come up with it. Somebody actually told me about it, and I ordered one. Actually ordered 2. I have another one. It's a small one. It's crap. Don't buy it. I'll show you. It's this little one. I did purchase this just to see. I wanted to make sure that I could give the best advice to you guys. It's very light. I don't think I paid very much for it. It's crap. It's basically 2 heat seal plastic bags. That's what these are. They're, you know, to heat seal plastic bags. We have them all over the factory for doing that. Oh, Evelyn's on. Hi, Tom. Hi, everybody. So I like the sealing. Now, again, it smells really bad, and there's not really a trick to this, because if you have a good heat sealer, now this one, I have a link for this one particular, well, this one is a 16-inch one. It's overkill. The link that I have on my website, if you go down the home page, you'll see Lori's tools at the bottom. The link I have there is for the 12-inch. That's all you need. I don't know why I got the 16-inch, because I can't cut 21-inch with it or whatever. You just need the 12-inch. So that link is for the 12-inch. But it's the exact same brand as this one. Okay. So I have my cutting mat here, and I only use my cutting mat just for measuring. Okay. I'm going to bring you guys down to my surface here. Dave, if you're watching, hon, can you bring me a glass of water down before I start burning this stuff? If you have animals in the room, I make sure there's no animals in the room when I'm burning this, or kids or anything, because I don't want to breathe it, so I don't want anybody I love breathe it. So, I'm just going to go over how to put the mask on. This is a head. You put this at the back of your head. Okay, so it's not the most comfortable, but it's not too bad. You don't have to have it on for very long. And then it has these clip things that go around the back of your head on your neck. It's important to do these up. Now, I've had people say, you know, they could still smell the pungent odor and everything, and it's always because they don't do the bottom of this up. Oh, thank you, hon.
I'm here.
They don't do the bottom of this up. It's important to do the bottom of the respirator up so you get a nice tight fit on your, what?
She's blonde sitting in the bar. She's all puzzled because she couldn't figure out why she only had 3 sisters and her brother had 4.
Oh, I just got it.
Yeah, of course you did.
Okay, so even if you have a drink, put something over your drink, okay? Because those particles are going to go into your drink. So I have a book. I'm going to put a book or something over it. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put this over. I'm going to fit this. You'll see the nose part. You fit it. You're going to take these, and it's going to go around just like that. Okay? I know it looks funny. I sound like Darth Vader, but guys, I'm safe, and I'm not going to breathe this crap in.
They can't see you because you got your camera down.
Oh, yeah. Duh. Okay. All right, let's do that again. Okay. All right, let's do it again. So you're going to take the head part, put it in the back. Okay, just like that. This is the nose thing. It's going to go right over your nose. And these are they're elastic. These are the ones I was just talking about. You need to do these up at the back of your neck, okay? You're going to bring this down. Go around your neck. Just like that. Okay? It'll be a nice snug fit. Okay? When you start burning this, if you can smell the plastic, you're going to need to do your mask a little bit tighter. That means it's probably seeping in through somewhere because you want a nice tight fit on your face. Okay? Mine's good. You can breathe in and out. Okay? Make sure your things are not covered. Okay? And you don't have to wear this for long. You don't have to wear it for long, but I needed to show you guys for sure. I wear the goggles as well. It looks really crazy, but it does burn my eyes. Yeah, I think they're around $47. Now, I put parchment paper. I tape parchment paper over top of my element thing. That way I don't have to keep cleaning it, because the plastic will sit on it if you don't clean it. And I also clean between every use with my Clorox wipes. I just wipe it down to make sure it lasts. I actually just changed the, what is it called? The element. It'll come with extra element, so it's a heat element, and it comes with extra Teflon covers. I just changed the heat element, and I've had this since, well, it's almost a year now. So they last pretty good, and you can buy the extra heat element and Teflon strips on Amazon as well. I actually have to place an order as soon as I get off here, because I'll forget. But to save having to change everything all the time, I just use normal cooking parchment paper over top. And that way, when I'm done, I can just throw it away, and it's longevity. I know yes, there are, and I've been an advocate for years now on about the whole personal protection. Like I said, I have been in the research department literally for 25 years. I see some scary crap. Okay, you just got to think about it. All right, let's get this going. So my heat sealer is plugged in. You're going to turn it to the very last setting, which is number 8. Crank her up. And what I do is I put the actual machine right on my 10-inch line on my cutting mat there. Okay, now let me move this down again. Sorry, I'm not a very good camera person. Yeah, you can cut your own Teflon and everything too. So it's easy stuff, and you want to make sure that this is a rubber piece as well. Now this doesn't really get too dirty, but I do clean it after every use as well with my Clorox wipes. So it's not an expensive piece, but you want to keep it because, you know, like today I decided I was going to do a Rita flower, and it's like, well, if my impulse sealer didn't work, then I would have to cut every single piece of that mesh, and it would be driving me crazy. Okay, so what I do, I have this single mesh holder, and I usually use this one when I'm doing my cutting my poly burlap, and I put clothespins on the roll. Now you can just put your roll right beside your like that and pull it out. I just find it, if I keep it on a roll and put the clothespin so my mesh doesn't slide everywhere, my pieces come out the same size for every single piece. Now I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so there's, and I have it right up against my machine. Okay, so I'm just going to explain to you a little bit what I'm doing so you don't have to listen to me with this thing. There is a slope, so when you are doing your mesh, you have to consider the amount of mesh that is on this slope. And I figured it out to 2.5 inches. So what I do is, like I said, I have my machine on 10 inches, and I pull out the end of my mesh to 17.5. Okay. So if I put the end of my mesh on the 17.5 line and push it down, when I cut it, it'll be exactly 10 inches. Does that make sense? Did I lose anybody? And I'll do a couple of them so you can, so you guys can see exactly how I do it. Burning the poly burlap is a lot easier because there's no metallic in it. Now you can do it with Deco Mesh too. With Deco Mesh, a lot of the times you will burn through the plastic, but you're not going to burn the metallic. So have some scissors handy to when you're doing this. Okay, and all right, let's get started. So I've already got it plugged in. So I'm going to put my stuff on, and then you guys can see. I'll do a few of them, and then I'll take my mask off and see if you guys have any questions. I do 17, it's not that I'm doing 17.5 inches of the mesh. Keep in mind, I have my machine on the 10-inch line, okay? I could have it down at the beginning of the mat, but my mat's quite large, so you guys, this is always what I do. I put my machine on 10 inches. You can have it at the beginning, and to make it 10 inches, you would bring your mesh out to 7.5, okay? It's just, this machine is quite high off the ground, so if you can see, we have quite a bit of distance, and it's angled down. You need to compensate for that angle, and that angle I have kind of figured out. It's 2.5 inches. So you might have to play a little bit to get the correct measurement. I just know for me, when I'm using this particular machine, when I pull it out to 17.5, which is only 7.5, I get a 10-inch piece. Okay, let's do this. So I'm going to put my mask on. First, I'm going to put my goggles on. This stuff really burns my eyes. It's horrible. And working in the research department, we had to do this all the time when we were working with stuff. So that's why I know all about the respirators and stuff. Oh. All right, let's go. Put this on. There we go. I look funny, but you know what? That's okay. You want to make sure you do this up. And this is exactly why I hate poly burlap. Okay, I'm good to go. Let's go down to the thing. Okay, so I'm going to pull my mesh out to 17.5. Just like that. Now, when I use the mesh roller, it keeps my mesh completely straight, so when I cut it, it's not on an angle or anything. Oh, 17.5 right there. So, hold that down. Try and get your mesh nice and tight on the roll, and you're just going to press this down. You might have to do it twice. Sometimes you have to do it twice. I might have too much Teflon paper on here. Yeah, I think I do. Hold on. I have a whole bunch on there. A little overkill, I think. Let's try that again. All right. Now, I do have scissors in case it doesn't cut right through, but it is sealed.
Throw something over your water.
Oh, shoot. Thank you. So, my piece is exactly 10 inches long. You see that? Now, if you want it cut right through, you have to press twice, and I'll do that now. I usually just press, I just want it sealed, so I'll just do it once, and then I'll just go along with scissors and cut it a little bit. But if you want it to completely cut, you have to do it. Sometimes it works on the first time, but sometimes you have to do it twice. So again, 17.5. Lift it and go back down again. And there we go. So when you do pull it, whoo, that stinks. You can see it will cut it and melt it at the same time. Okay, let's try that again. Oh my God, this stuff stinks. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Try it again. So if you pull it just after you finish, it will come right off the roll. See that smoke? I don't know if you guys can see that smoke, but it smells horrid. Make sure your mesh is lined. I noticed that one was a little bit crooked. So you can cut them pretty fast. I know it's not going all the way through, but it is melting it. And I'll just cut them as I go here. Now, keep your mask on a few minutes afterwards as well. Because if you take your mask off, you will smell it. Even my hands are itchy. Oh. Whew. Okay, that is what you call heat sealing with an impulse sealer. It's very easy, as you can see. It will make really, really nice flowers because your stuff won't fray. But again, like I said, you have to take some personal protection. Okay, and this is 10 inches perfect. Whew. Stinks. Okay, is there any questions on the impulse sealing or wood burning? The wood burning tool would be exactly the same. You would use the exact same personal protection because it's the same smoke. And what's wrong with the camera angle? Yeah, do not do your impulse sealing if you have pets. I make sure that none of my dogs are down here or whatever, or my kids. This mesh it's like a tweed. It's really, really pretty. It's like a tweed poly burlap, black and white. And I'm also using just a plain black tonight. I'm going to make a flower that you can, if you change the centers out, it will totally change the whole look. So I'm going to do just this black and white tweed and a black. And then I have all different kinds of centers. And if you don't glue the center right on the board and you just pipe cleaner it on, you can change the color of your center to give your flower a whole new look. Now I'm going to go through all kinds of centers that I have. I'm going to do that later on the live tonight. But I just wanted to hop on, and since I was wood burning or impulse sealing, I just wanted to hop on and show you guys again. I do have quite a few videos on my YouTube channel showing you guys, but we have so many new people that and we get questions all the time about this. So now this this is a poly burlap sunflower. Okay. And I didn't heat seal. Well, I heat sealed some of them, I think. And then I can't remember, but you still will have a few little frays, but you just snip those off. But look how pretty it does look. It makes a really, really nice end product, but it's a pain in the butt to use. It really is. But, you know, if you have all the time in the world, then it's not a big deal. The mask, the heat sealer, everything is on my website if you want to get the links. The heat sealer that I'm using right now, the mask on there it's made by 3M, which is a very reputable company. So it's a very good mask, even though it's, you know, it's only $17, so it's not a lot of money. So you do not have to heat seal your mesh if you don't care about the frays. Some people like the frays. It gives it a bit of a shabby chic look or a rustic look. But if you, and it's mostly sunflowers. Most of the flowers that I teach that you don't have to do the wood burning because you don't see the sides. You don't see the cut edges. The sunflower and the petal that I'm going to be doing tonight, that Rita does, you do see the edges, and that's why you want to heat seal them. But if you're doing like a lolly flower, if you're doing a rose, if you're doing the daisy, all those folds, you do not see the edges, so you don't have to heat seal them. And I come up with them because of that reason, because I hate this. I hate it. I hate that it's going in my air and everything, but it does make a really nice product in the end. So you got to do what you got to do, but you want to make yourself safe. So do it safely. Think smart. Okay.